Simplify these radical expressions. Number 1, the square root of open parenthesis negative 9 close parenthesis squared. This can be simplified by using this law of radicals. For any negative real number a, the nth root of a raised to n is equal to the absolute value of a when n is even. It is understood the index here is 2, which is an even number. Negative 9 is a negative real number. So this is equal to the absolute value of negative 9. And the absolute value of negative 9 is 9. So the answer is 9. The square root of open parenthesis negative 9 close parenthesis squared is different from the square root of negative 9 squared. The square root of negative 9 squared is equal to the square root of negative 81, which is not a real number. If a is negative and n is even, then the nth root of a is not a real number. This is a negative number, and it is understood the index here is 2, which is an even number. This is equal to the square root of 81 times negative 1, because 81 times negative 1 is negative 81. The square roots of 81 are positive and negative 9, and then square root of negative 1. The square root of negative 1 is an imaginary number, so we write positive and negative 9i. This is different from our answer in number 1. Number 2, the cube root of negative 64. This can be written as the cube root of open parenthesis negative 4 close parenthesis raised to the exponent of 3. Because if you multiply negative 4 by itself 3 times, you will get negative 64. To simplify this, use this law of radicals. For any real number a, the nth root of a raised to n is equal to a when n is odd. The index 3 is an odd number. So the answer is negative 4. Number 3, the cube root of 64. This can be written as the cube root of 4 cube. If you multiply 4 3 times by itself, you will get 64. We can also apply this law of radicals. For any real number a, the nth root of a raised to n is equal to a when n is odd. 3 is an odd number, and 4 is a real number. So the answer is 4. Number 4, the cube root of the square root of 64 x raised to the exponent of 12 y raised to the exponent of 18. We are going to apply this law of radicals. Notice that we have here m, n. We just multiply m by n to get mn and root of a. So here, it is understood the index is 2. Just multiply 2 by 3. So we have the 6th root of 2 raised to 6, x raised to 12, y raised to 18. 2 raised to 6 is equal to 64 because if you multiply 2 by itself 6 times, you will get 64. And then apply this rule. The nth root of a raised to m is equal to a raised to m over n. 6 divided by 6 is 1. So we have 2 raised to 1 or 2. 12 divided by 6 is 2. So we have x squared. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So we have y cubed. So our answer is 2x squared y cubed. Number 5. The square root of 25x raised to the exponent of 4, y raised to the exponent of 6. The square root of 25 is 5. How about the square root of x raised to the exponent of 4 and y raised to the exponent of 6? Apply this rule. The nth root of a raised to m is equal to a raised to m over n. So, we are going to divide the exponent of x, which is 4, by the index, which is understood to be 2. So, 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then, divide the exponent of y, which is 6, also by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So, our answer is 5x squared y cubed. Number 6. The square root of 12x raised to the exponent of 8, y raised to the exponent of 7. The square root of 12 is not exact. So try to factor 12 into two factors such that one of the two factors is a perfect square integer. Let us try 4 and 3. 4 times 3 is equal to 12. 4 is a perfect square integer, which means you can extract its square root exactly. So 12 here can be written as 4 times 3. And then apply this rule. 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. 7 divided by 2 is not exact, but you can write y raised to 7 as y raised to the exponent of 6 times y. So we have now the square root of 4 times 3 times x raised to the exponent of 8, y raised to the exponent of 6, y. The square root of 4 is 2. Write 2 outside the radical sign. The square root of 3 is not exactly bit under the radical sign. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Write x raised to the exponent of 4 outside the radical sign. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Write y cubed outside the radical sign and then leave y under the radical sign. So our answer is 2x raised to the exponent of 4 y cubed square root of 3 y.